Hello YouTube. Now you may be wondering, where have I been for an entire year? You know, are you gonna give us the Melon project or not? Where are the updates? Hey Mr. Peary, how come you haven't given us a melon yet? Where's the melon, Mr. Peary? Where is the melon? The melon's not coming yet, but it will come soon now that I have a proper idea, because I've been partially procrastinating because it tends to happen. We procrastinate, then it goes on and on and on. It's like, do I really want to do this? No? Yes? Do I have to go for the effort of it? What's in it for me? But then you go down the whole spiraling rabbit hole where it's like, okay, yeah, now I'm just being a drama queen. Anyway, I found out recently plants are like people. That is fun, but not fun at the same time. Because when you figure out this, it's like, oh no, I gotta go into a whole deep dive of genetics. Because I just originally thought, okay, you put two plants together in the ground, you wait for the flowers to come along, then you grab bees or something rather, and you dabble with your fingers or not, with swabs or something, and you cross-pollinate them from one plant to another, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get my melon now. That's not exactly how it works, you bloody dimwit. Because, turns out fruits are basically just pregnant plants. And so, when you pass pollen from one plant to another, it pollinates the flower and it produces the fruit. But the fruit itself isn't going to get the characteristics. It's the seeds. The seeds are the one that carries the strange characteristics and energetic material that you need for the fruits and everything. And so with those seeds, once you plant them in the ground, it's like, okay, it's the waiting game. Are you going to get a hybrid or not? Probably, but are you going to get the characteristics that you want? Are you going to get the flavor, the textures? Are you going to get good genetic material? Because if they're not compatible with each other, you've just screwed up your whole batch of melon seeds, and now you're going to restart the whole process again and figure out what works. You're just going to have to go through, the whole pollination thing again and again and again until you get the right characteristics, the right melon, the right textures, the right skin, everything that works to create a hybrid, right? And so when you get your hybrid plant, and when the hybrid plant produces the hybrid fruits, the flowers that turn into the fruits, plants don't like to interbreed with each other. That's also another problem. Because if all those seeds, those hybrid seeds that come from the exact same fruit, the genetic material, all those seeds are related with one another. And so if you have one hybrid seed with another hybrid seed, it's not going to be great. Because the genetic material that they have with each other is so similar, you're just going to mess up your whole process with the whole hybrid fruits and everything, and that's not going to be too great. They're not going to come out right. So what's my plan now? I'm not crawling up into a ball yet. I just need to think how I'm going to approach this. I've got an idea, but it's going to be painfully long, sort of. But it's going to happen, nevertheless. So, if this does work out, what I'm planning to do is make it a little bit more complicated for myself, where you have one plant and the other plant, and you cross-pollinate those two. You get the fruit, you get the seeds, and then you pack those seeds, right? And you store those seeds, but then I'm gonna have to destroy my previous plants, because you can't really let them cross-pollinate. because it's, the same parents that you produce the fruit with. And if you produce the fruit again with those parents, you're just going to end up with two patches of hybrid seeds that are still too close to each other because they came from the exact same parents. It's like mismatching siblings with each other. But that's what seeds are. You have one fruit, you have a bunch of seeds with each other. They're all siblings. And if you store those, you get another fruit from the exact same parents. You just got another batch of sibling seeds. So I'm going to have to destroy the previous plants and then replant the same plants over again. Let those two cross-pollinate, and that's when I can finally start producing some good genetic diversity material, so I can create a good quality hybrid with each other. So once I have those two hybrid seeds stored, I sort of want like a pure breed hybrid, if that makes sense, because let's say this. You have one hybrid parent, and the other one's a hybrid parent. Except they're both the exact same hybrids, where, you got your cantaloupe and you got your honeydew, and you got another cantaloupe, another honeydew, except those cantaloupes and honeydews are not related to each other. And so when that happens, you have good genetic diversity. You're not going to screw up your second generation of hybrids. And so if you let that hybrid plant cross-pollinate with the other one, you're going to end up with what I like to call a nice pure breed batch of hybrid fruit that are going to have some not so screwed up genetic diversity. They're going to be pretty alright. It's just, I don't exactly know what the characteristics are going to be like and how everything's going to be but like I said, it's a painful work in progress. And so once I have my pure breed hybrid, guess what good old Braden has to do again? I'm going to have to rip up those plants and restart the whole process with the Santa Claus melon and a dino egg melon. I'm going to have to restart the whole process with those two, where you plant two seeds in the ground. One's the dino egg melon, the other one is the Santa Claus melon. Pardon me, I just burped just then. Again, pardon me. And then once you cross-pollinate them, you keep the seeds, then you got to tear out the plants again, put in new ones that aren't related to your ones that you just ripped out. Like those two cross-pollinate, get the fruit, collect the seeds. You got your two batches of seeds. You put them in the ground, and you get your new pure breed hybrid melon, which is your cross between your dino egg melon and your Santa Claus melon. And so and now, since I have those two, I now have the seeds from the first pure breed hybrid melon, and now I have the seeds from the second pure breed hybrid melon. I'm gonna have to let those two cross-pollinate. And collect the seeds from the ultimate hybrid melon. But this is when things get more painful for me. Once I have those seeds, I'm gonna have to restart from scratch again. Because once I've created that ultimate hybrid melon, the whole process has to be restarted, so I'm able to create a purebred ultimate hybrid melon. So in the end, I gotta make sure I end up with a hybrid melon that isn't from the same parents. That isn't from the exact same hybrid between the cantaloupe and the rock melon, and the hybrid between the dino egg melon and the Santa Claus melon. It's gonna have to be completely new hybrids, parents. So I'm gonna have to restart from scratch again. It's a pain in my ass. It's mentally exhausting, and it's gonna be physically exhausting. Is it gonna be worth it? I don't know. You tell me. Do you want me to do this? Do you want to see Braid suffer through the whole process to create the ultimate hybrid melon and just make a pure breed of it? Or do you want me to scratch this thing and just sort of, I'm gonna procrastinate again, and probably you'll see me within another year and say, oh hey, I'm gonna try again at this whole melon project, and the next thing I know I procrastinate again and it doesn't actually happen, like a lot of promises. And I haven't really promised anything, but if I do manage to promise something, you can imagine that it probably would be more simple than this whole melon project. So it's something. It is really, really something. Because when you realize that plants are like people, and plants also don't like to interbreed with each other, it's a real pain. And I don't like to think about it, because it makes me think about it is just going to be difficult. But sometimes you got to get through the whole difficult stuff to get the good stuff. You got to get the gold. Give the goblin some gold, you know? All he wants is just a bit of gold. And you got to dig for it. You'll get there eventually. Got to dig deep. But anyway, I might start this on my terms. Maybe a bit later, maybe tonight even. I'm not too sure. It's gonna happen, one way or another. I'm tired of procrastinating, and it's gonna happen. It will happen. It's just a pain to think about it. But I'll give you another update soon. You will hear from me, and you will see from me. Alright. Cheers, people, and have a good one.